So my name is Alexandra Gruber. I'm the General Manager of Wiener Tafel, an NGO which is already 22 years old. And in addition, I'm also volunteering as the President of the Austrian Association of Food Banks. It was 3 students from social studies who thought that there might be a need to help people who cannot afford a decent meal. And because there's so much surplus food from supermarkets or producer companies which is left over. And so they thought that it would be a good idea to establish a food bank in Austria. For instance, the financing was totally unsecure because they didn't have any funding at the beginning. It was also difficult to convince the food donors. For instance, the supermarkets, they were totally upset. They said, you want to get our trash? And they said, no, this is a misunderstanding. We only want your surplus food. We do not want something that is thrown away, but still good edible food. And it took really some time to convince the food donors. It was easier to get charities on board because charities, they had a demand for food. Yeah, they had once a TV documentation at the beginning in a famous Austrian TV channel, and that helped to generate, I think, 5,000 shillings at that point in time, because you have to imagine that also the fuel, for instance, to get the goods and all the administrative costs, the human resources, all was voluntary or brought up by donations. So it was really a challenge to get the whole thing started. And I think it took 10 years after some companies could be convinced to help to buy a refrigerated car, because of course you need cars with cooling devices to get the goods. But that was only, I think, 10 years after the beginning that they could afford to buy a car for 40,000 euros or so, which is really, really a lot. So actually what Wiener Tafel has been always doing is that we give out the food for free. So we do not charge anything to the charities. Secondly, which is also important for us, is that it's really coming to charities, because we believe that in the charities there are social workers there who can help the people out of poverty, which should be the final goal, because we give the food, which is important that people come to the charity, but we are no social workers, and I think the most important thing is really that people in the charities get professional support to find a way out of poverty. Actually, we have 2 missions at Wiener Tafel. One is the operating work, so the food saving and the food donations. And the second mission of Wiener Tafel is raising awareness about poverty and food waste in Austria. So there are 2 missions. With the first mission, we start every day with volunteers at around 6-7 a.m. in the morning. We are here located at the Vienna wholesale market. So volunteering groups catch good edible fruit and vegetables. They collect it every morning. Then it's sorted in our warehouse. And then from the sorting, it gets directly into the cars to get it to our charities. We serve around 100 charities during a week, so about 16,000 people in need. And on the other hand, we have around 200 donors where we get food every week. So it's really a lot, and some charities also come here to pick up the food directly from our hub, which is also good to stay in close contact, and they know best what food they need, if it's durable food or if it's fruit, vegetables, milk products. So we try to offer a big range of different sorts of food. You can see then in the warehouse it's really a big mix we have, and then the charities decide what they need most.